to go talk to Jenny Fields here, see if she's in. Hey. I was here a while back and I talked to somebody here. I don't see their faces. Are they not here anymore?
I was one of them. I remember you.
Oh, do you remember that?
Yes.
Okay. Well, I gave you a copy of this article. I don't know if you did. You pass that on to Ginny Field?
Yes, I did.
Well, this stuff is still going on. I don't know. Did she read this article? This is what they're doing to people who speak out, get involved in politics. The CIA has been so rampant in this area here, you would not believe it. Maybe you would. There's a lot of shit going on.
Okay.
There's some people that are waking up about it. If she likes to talk to me about it, she should call me, because I really would like to talk to her. They're doing some investigations into the CIA right now. I left Colorado because of it all.
Right.
When you get involved with these people, watch out. I thought we needed a black president, so I wrote Colin Powell. And that started a whole series of things. My pastor was good friends with George Bush's pastor, and apparently the ministry had a lot to do with putting a black man in there. But I think, but Colin Powell, I did some investigating to Colin Powell, and I found out him and Cheney both live in the same town. They're in McLean, Virginia, so they're both thick as thieves, if you ask me. They're both in with the CIA. I've been targeted. I've had threats against me. I was actually approached by a guy from Special Forces. He had was wielding a long knife. This is last week. It's all, I'm photographing everything. I'm making a documentary of it all because I speak out. I'm not going to put up with the shit. It's what they're doing is freaking wrong. I talked to a cop. They're actually using cops and fire department people to harass people. They can tap right into their system, and you drive down the street and there goes a cop. You drive down another street and there goes a fire truck. They can do anything. A Buffalo cop told me that they can do absolutely anything, and there's no way in hell they should have that kind of power, the CIA. But I was talking to a cop. Everywhere I go, a cop shows up, and they track me with surveillance cameras. I know for a fact. They watch me in my frickin' bedroom, and they send me filthy emails in my email box, and I can't stop it. So you're just shaking your head. I don't know if you're actually doing anything or if you care about it, but
I'm just, unsure of exactly what we can do.
Well, you can speak to your damn Congress people. I mean, Steve King and these people, they're supposed to be investigating these people now, and this shit needs to stop. They have no right to do this to people.
Have you contacted Congressman Bishop, or?
Well, I'm going to be heading there, but I happen to be living right down the block here, so I figured I would talk to her, give her one more chance. She never did bother to call me, so I guess she doesn't really care.
You reside in Blue Point, correct?
Yeah.
Okay, have you contacted the Assemblywoman Patricia Eddington? Because you live in her district.
I live right down the street here.
Right, she does not represent Blue Point.
I live 1 block away.
I understand, but she only has...
I don't care whether, it's still in your damn state. I live 1 block away. You should know what's going on. These people, they do this right here, up and down the street. They follow me. I've had undercover, they've had certain teams of people that screw with me because I'm not going to be quiet. I guess they feel I know some shit about them, and they try to impress me about it. Oppress me, but I'm sorry, I'm not. But I was talking to a cop. It was a community. You've got the Suffolk County cops. You got the sheriffs, and you've got the community cops here. Well, I was because they stopped. He was sitting there. I went at this King COLIN where I went, and he was sitting right there. As I was coming, there was a cop. I know this whole story. I've seen it over and over. So I went. I give him those articles. I approached him, and I give them to him, and I says, they can tap right into your system, and you go down the street and you don't know why you're going. You're just, what his words, what he told me? It's fucking unbelievable. Those were his exact words. So they know what's going on.
Okay.
But, aren't you guys, it doesn't matter, I guess, the congressman's not interested, or?
Oh, she's a state assembly. I'm going to give this to her. She's out of state. But I will definitely run it by her and see what we can do.
Well, other than, I look over there, there's a Suffolk cop over there now. I have, everywhere I go, a cop shows up. Trust me. You should ride with me. I'm documenting everything. I walked there. Here comes another one. Right here. Right here. Here. Right here. Please. MTA, please. Everywhere I go, this happens. This is not just a coincidence. It happens over and over. I took my dog for a walk yesterday. 2 cops showed up. They send them in by surveillance. Anytime they want to try to stop me from talking about stuff, this stuff happens. I've had people follow me. I've had people threaten me. I go in the libraries. I usually have to use the internet because I have to leave my home. And they have people send skinheads. They've sent skinheads following me around with sidearms in D.C. when I was in D.C. And so now everywhere I go, I've seen skinheads. Now, I'm making a freaking, I'm going to develop. I'm going to make a documentary. I've got people. There's a little pet grooming store right up down here, 2 blocks down on the left. If you go, there's 2 traffic stoplights down on the left. You'll see a pet grooming. It's right as you come across, straight up from Blue Point. You go down. There's a fire department there. You go under the bridge and you come up, and there's a light. Looking straight ahead, there's a pet grooming place. I told him this stuff was going on, and he says, I'm going to fight this stuff. This has got to stop. And so he said, well, we'll put a sign in our window, because I go out and I protest on them Fridays and Saturdays, stop CIA crimes. So I said, can we put one in your window? He said, yeah. He was stopped by 4 cops in less than a week. You should go in and talk to him. It's that little pet grooming place, him and his partner. So, you know, they try to scare everybody away who I might talk to. But and this is our CIA. This is what they're doing to people in our country. So, I don't know what else to say. But yes, go down and just talk to him. It's a little pet grooming store. And he'll tell you himself. He's never been stopped by cops in 1 week. He was stopped 4 times. And they've come up right to him and sandwich him and hit their lights and just to scare him. I mean, this is what's going on in our country. There was also a report. I live in a little boarding house, Blue Point Motor Lodge or something's down here, and you'll hear on the news today. I've received threats on my life because apparently I know something about these people. I know a lot of stuff about them. Yeah, I would like to tell some people, so it isn't just with me. But I don't know. I think Barack's a fraud. But anyway, so. But you'll hear on the news there was guy was murdered in a boarding house. I don't know if you heard that on the news. No. That same scenario as me. There's about 10 people living in this house I just rented for the summer, a boarding house. And all of a sudden I hear some guy stabbed to death in a boarding house. Same exact scenario as me. And I wouldn't even doubt it if that story was printed. It's just to scare me, intimidating. This is what's going on. I don't know what else to tell you.
Okay.
This is happening. This is real stuff. What's happening in our country. So I would love to talk to her if she's ever out here. I just happen to drive by here all the time. And, you know, a lot of these cops don't know they're being used. They're just told to go to the place. And I call them robo-cops, but they're just there so you can see them. But this is our CIA. And I think they're actually protecting crimes and stuff that's going on in our country from getting out. It's like we had that big bus, 40 people were busted up in Hoboken. A week later, we have a mid-air air crash, which to me stunk. Because every time we have something, they want to divert the attention from something happens. I've seen it happen too many times. I've seen it happen in D.C., you know, shootings on the mall, train wrecks, anything to divert the attention off the problems. And I don't, for all we know, Obama could have had ties with the CIA. We don't know. We don't know what we have for government. But, so anyways, I hope people will start speaking out and waking up. Okay? So there's Ginny Fields, and there's a cop following right behind me. 508. Here she goes. I went into Ginny Field's office. I had 2 cops follow me in there. Suffolk County 508 and MTA cops.